Welcome to the 2021 OUA Football Awards, and like all things in 2021, I'm doing it from home virtually, but I'm happy to be doing it. I'm Donnovan Bennett, and I'm super excited for an exciting session of football conversation and an exciting game. We once again get to celebrate the incredible season of OUA football that we just saw and preview the upcoming 113th Yates Cup. But before we get to that, at this time, I would like to call upon the CEO of the OUA, Gord Grace, to say a few words.
Thanks, Donnovan, and welcome everybody to the 2021 OUA Football Awards. This season was highly successful and could not have been possible without the support of our OUA board, our members, the football schools, and also the coaches and the student athletes. We also want to recognize the support that we received from the football officials and Ontario Football Alliance. Today, we recognize the very best in the OUA football season. Congratulations to all the award winners and also to our two teams competing in the 113th Yates Cup. At this time, I'd like to thank our sponsors of OUA football: Milk to Go Sport, Big Kahuna, Centaur Products, and the Canadian Football League. The CFL continues to be an important partner of the OUA as well as university football across Canada. It is my pleasure at this time to welcome Randy Ambrosie, CFL Commissioner, to share a few words with you today.
Hello everyone. It's great to be with you at a time of year that is just simply great for the game of football. We're excited about the upcoming CFL playoffs and the Grey Cup that's coming up in Hamilton in December. And I know that you're all looking forward to the Yates Cup on the road to the Vanier Cup. On behalf of the entire Canadian Football League, I want to recognize all of today's honorees. Congratulations on your success, and since football is the ultimate team sport, congratulations to all the people on your team and at your school, and all of those in your lives who have helped you to succeed. I also want to congratulate everyone associated with the OUA for getting back on the field this year. For almost 2 years now, the pandemic has been tough on the entire world, and it certainly has been tough on our game. And I know a little bit about how much effort and teamwork it takes to resume playing. And all of you deserve an award for making it happen. I want to conclude by saying to all the athletes a little something about what I've learned about university football. And it's this: awards are great, but the real rewards from football, in my experience, are the friends you make and the lessons you take. I loved playing university football, and I still cherish the teammates and coaches I had back then. And any success I've had later in life, in football, but also in business and even as a husband and a father, can be traced back to the dedication and discipline I had to develop in university that helped me to succeed on the field and in the classroom. My wish for all of you is that you take the friendships you've developed and the lessons you've learned because of OUA football, and you apply them to the rest of your life with the same energy, passion, and emotion. If you do that, you won't just get an award, but you'll receive more than your fair share of life's rewards. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your ceremony today. And to those who are still in the hunt, good luck the rest of the way. Stay healthy, stay hungry, and play well. Best wishes to all.
Thanks, Gord and Randy. And I think it's pretty instructive that we heard from Randy Ambrosie, the CFL commissioner, because their slogan has long been diversity is strength. And I think that's true of the CFL, but it's true of Canadian football more broadly. And although we didn't have a season last year, lots of good work has been done in the OUA around diversity and inclusion, making sure our game is strong at the best of times. We've had a racial reckoning, and our players and coaches have been at the forefront of that conversation, making sure that sport is safe for everyone. Here's a look at the good work they've been doing around that cause.
The We Are One United Against Racism campaign is a football-led initiative aimed at educating the masses about the horrors,
The truths and realities of racism and its presence in our world today.
Student athletes and coaches across the conference are united to take a stand against racism, and we implore you to join us.
The campaign will be addressing several topics, included but not limited to systematic barriers,
Stereotypes, microaggressions.
Hear our stories, learn from our experience, listen to our cries for help, and help us fight to make change.
We have the power to end racism, but we need your help to do so.
Some microaggressions that I face, when people see me on the sidewalk with them, and just as we're about to approach one another, they walk across the other street.
Having long hair and having friends that also have long hair, we're also seen as hoodlums or uneducated simply based off our appearance.
We are the only racial group in Canada who has to carry a card to prove their identity. The band card is often received with negative feedback and even rejected by people that see it as a privilege instead of a right.
Canada systematically found a way to almost erase an entire side of mine and many others' families from this generation's knowledge.
Depuis que je suis jeune, il n'y a pas vraiment de personnes ressources implantées par le système que les personnes de couleur peuvent aller voir. Donc,
at the end of the day, I'm just like anyone else, and I'm just as capable as anyone else.
We are one, united against racism.
Nous sommes ensemble contre le racisme.
On est ensemble contre racism.
We are one, united against 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 racism.
So as a former player in the conference, as a black man, I'm super proud of the work that the young men and women have done in that cause, but I'm also proud and impressed of what the young athletes have been able to do so quickly. It certainly was great to see OUA football back on the field, and for some, this was their first experience playing university football, and as evidenced by their all-rookie selections, these freshmen made quite the impression and impact right away on the teams and the conference at large. So let's get to it. The 2021 all-rookies are At this time, we would like to recognize the second team All-Star. Congratulations to the 2021 Second Team All-Stars. We would like to recognize the First Team All-Stars from the 2021 season. Congratulations to the 2021 First Team All-Stars. It is now time to present our first major award, the Ken Green Officials Award of Merit, which helps to shed the light on our officials and the important role they play each time they step on the field. The 2021 Ken Green Officials Award of Merit goes to Kevin Mickleborough. Mickleborough has been a member of the OUA officiating panel since 1994 and became a referee in 2003. He's been a part of 12 Yates Cup crews and earned a 2019 Vanier Cup appointment. The longtime official remains a student of the game with a focus on making the game better and does so on the field as well as in his roles with the Hamilton Football Officials Association, Ontario University Football Officials Association, and Football Canada Rule Book Revision Committee.
I'm very honored to receive this award today. There are many great officials in the OUA, and to be recognized as one of them is very humbling. And especially since this award is named after one of my mentors, Ken Green, who was an outstanding official in his time. I'd like to thank everybody involved and also to thank my family who, for the past 27 years, have put up with me disappearing on Saturdays for September, October, and November to pursue something that I enjoy greatly. Thank you very much.
The next award is the OUA Volunteer Coach of the Year Award. The 2021 Volunteer Coach of the Year goes to Michael McDonald of the Guelph Griffins. McDonald took part in his 11th season with the Griffins, coaching their offensive line, adding to his 6 years of experience as a high school offensive line coach and 17 years as head coach of the Burlington Stampeders rep program. He's previously served as the offensive line coach for Team Ontario and several all-star teams in the province. The former University of Waterloo football player and retired member of the RCMP is known as a strong motivator and teacher, helping 9 of Guelph's offensive linemen reach the CFL during his tenure.
Hello everybody, this is Coach Mike McDonald from the University of Guelph. I'm the offensive line coach here. I just wanted to say thank you to the OUA for selecting me as Volunteer Coach of the Year. It's a great honor and I'm very humbled and appreciative. I'd like to thank Coach Ryan Shan for recommending me for the award. It's a great honor. Thanks, Ryan, for doing that for me. I'd also like to thank Stu Lang for his support over the years, both for our program and for me personally. I'd also like to thank my players from this year. You guys were great, worked hard, got better, gave me all you had, and Coach can't ask for any more than that. Thank you very much. Lastly, I'd like to thank my family, my sons Brett and Daniel, for all their support and participation over the years in this game. And most importantly, to my wife, Anne-Marie, for all of the support she's given me over all of these years of late nights and long hours and long time away from home. I greatly appreciate it.
Next up is the Norm Marshall Award presented by Kahunaverse Sports, which is awarded to the OUA Rookie of the Year. The 2021 Norm Marshall Award goes to Evan Hillock of the Western Mustangs. Hillock became the Mustangs starting quarterback in Week 3 and went on to lead his team to an undefeated mark of 4-0 down the stretch. He threw for an average of 264 yards per game, 64.3 completion percentage, and 175.6 efficiency as a starter, with the latter putting him atop of the OUA. Tabbed by head coach Greg Marshall as one of the most impressive rookies he's ever had in the program, the Hamilton product showcased his high football IQ in his first season and found immediate synergy with the Western receivers.
All right, first off, I just want to say, it's an honor to be able to win this award, to represent my teammates and my school. There's so many other great rookies in the league that I have the utmost respect for, and it's just truly an honor to be able to win this award. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to my teammates, my coaches, my family. Without their support and guidance, none of this would have been possible. I mean, this award is truly a team award, not an individual award. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to receive this. There's so many great quarterbacks here that we have at Western that push me and help me every day, and without them I wouldn't be the quarterback that I am today either. This is just the start of my time here as a Mustang. I'm looking forward to getting back to work with the guys every day, working hard and continuing to win more awards as a group and as a unit.
Up next is the JP Metris Award for the top lineman of the year. The recipient of this award is also the OUA's nominee for the U Sports JP Metris Award. The 2021 Metris Top Lineman of the Year is Deontay Knight of the Western Mustangs. Serving as a team captain for the Mustangs, Knight leads by example with his commitment to off-season training, practice habits, and in-game work ethic. Knight returned after an injury in 2019 to play a starring role for the Western defense in 2021 that allowed a league-low 271.7 yards per game. The fourth-year defensive lineman ranked among the leaders across the country with 6 sacks, which included a strip sack and fumble recovery for a touchdown.
I would like to thank my family, teammates, and coaches. 2021 has been a special year, and we're just getting started. This award is dedicated to everyone that's believed in me in my career, and all the times they let me sleep on the couch or drive me to practice or feed me after a game. This award is dedicated to you two and all the coaches that have believed in me and coached me in the past. This award is attributed to you as well. Thank you.
From one defensive standout to another, next up is the OUA President's Award for Stand-Up Defensive Player of the Year and the OUA's nominee for the Youth Sports President's Award. The OUA President's Award for Stand-Up Defensive Player of the Year goes to A.J. Allen of the Guelph Griffins. Allen finished the season atop the OUA leaderboard for tackles with 39.5, including 29 of the solo variety. He was named Defensive Player of the Week in Guelph's second game of the season after registering 12 tackles against Windsor in an OUA game high for 2021. The fifth-year linebacker frequently found himself in the opposition's backfield, ranking among the OUA's top 10 with 4 sacks on the season and 6 tackles for loss. A fourth-round draft pick of the Saskatchewan Roughriders in 2020, Allen was a true leader for the stout Griffins defense that held teams to just 14.3 points and 340 yards per game.
Hey, I'm AJ Allen, your Defensive Player of the Year. I just want to take a moment to thank everyone involved. First, I'd like to thank my family, friends, and fans. Thank you guys for your support. It was felt from everywhere and anywhere. Moms, pops, Danielle, special shout out to you guys, and Becca. I also like to thank my coaches, all of you. Without all of your guidance, coaching, and energy, none of this would be possible. I also want to thank those people that don't get recognized as often for changing the lives of young men like me. Trainers, academic advisors, equipment managers, all you guys are important, and I appreciate it, everything you guys do. Finally, I want to thank my teammates. All of you guys are my guys for life. It was an honor and privilege to play beside and practice beside each and every one of you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Next, we honor the Dave Tuffy Knight Coach of the Year, presented by Centaur Products. The 2021 Dave Tuffy Knight Coach of the Year award goes to Steve Snyder of the Queens Gales. In just his third season as head coach of the Gales, Snyder led Queens to the only undefeated mark in the OUA on the year at 6-0. Starting the year outside the national rankings, he guided his East Division winning Gales to the number 3 spot in the U Sports Top 10. Snyder helped coach the OUA's top-ranked defense in points against, surrendering over just 7 points per game and giving up only 3 touchdowns during the regular season.
I'd like to start off by saying how honored and humbled I am to receive this award. To be recognized in this regard by the OUA football coaches truly is a special honor and something I'll cherish for years to come. To Coach Tuffy Knight, who the award is named after, a true football legend in our country and someone I'm looking forward to connecting with and sharing one of my true passions, which is spending time with football coaches and learning from them. So, Tuffy, I'll be in touch soon, and hopefully we can get together for lunch on me. Just like to reflect quickly on my upbringing and development as a young person. I'd like to thank my mother. Without her, a single parent raising 2 boys in a pretty chaotic household and sacrificing evenings and days to work, just the amount of effort and love she put into our lives is the only reason we're here. Professionally, Coach Bertoya, for coaching me in university as a player and then ultimately helping get my foot in the door at this level. Joe Demore for trusting and believing me and giving me some responsibility as a young football coach. And Gary Waterman for allowing me to work side by side and rebuild a football program together. I learned as much from you, Gary, in the years we worked together as I could ever imagined. And Coach Marshall for 2 fantastic years, trusting and supporting me and working together. Were so memorable, I'll certainly never forget them. I've worked with some great assistant football coaches in my time as a coach at this level, some really special ones, including our current staff. And guys, I'd like to thank you guys all for everything you do, because the 2021 Coaching Staff of the Year award goes to Queens Football, a group that takes pride in the process of football, working together and enjoying every moment. What a special group. To our athletic director, Leslie Dowson. Leslie, thank you for believing me, giving me this opportunity. When we met at first to accept this job, I knew right away that you believed in me and that this was going to be a great fit. And I learn every day from your incredible work ethic. Our players, the true award winners here, just a tremendous group of young men from across the country, truly high character individuals who care deeply about the tradition of our program and are working hard to cement their own legacy. It's an honor to serve in the leadership role here at Queens Football for you guys. And finally, to my wife Lisa, my son Sam, the greatest honor and responsibility I have in my life is to be there for you both and have you rely on me. And certainly without your support and the balance that you bring, I would not be able to do this job. You guys give me the strength that I need, and I'm grateful for that. I have no shame in admitting that never in a million years did I think that this type of opportunity or recognition would be possible. And when I thank the people that have come into my life to help me, it comes from a place of sincere gratitude and humility. And I'd like to just close off by thanking everyone for their time today and celebrating OUA football, all the student athletes, and congratulations to everyone who has now forever engraved their names into the history books of Canadian University football. Kaya.
One penultimate award today honors an individual who has exemplified the attributes of academic achievement, football skill, and citizenship, and is this year's OUA nominee for the Youth Sports Russ Jackson Award. The 2021 Russ Jackson Award recipient is Francis Perron of the Ottawa GGs. A bright, passionate, and caring person, Perron poured himself into his craft as a player and in his academic pursuit of becoming an engineer. He was as big of a star in the classroom as he was on the field, becoming a multiple-time youth sports academic All-Canadian while studying mechanical engineering at the University of Ottawa. A native of Sherbrooke, Quebec, Perron first joined the GG's football team in 2017, and while his love for the game was present in his play, it was even more so in the relationship he built with his teammates. Francis Perron passed away suddenly on the afternoon of September 18th, 2021. But his memory will live on through a vast network of loving family, friends, and all those whose lives he touched.
Bonjour à tous. Au nom de Francis, nous voulons vous remercier pour le prix Russ Jackson que Francis a remporté cette année. Francis aurait été honoré de recevoir ce prix qui le récompense pour tous les efforts autant académiques que sportifs qu'il a fournis.
Nous voulons profiter de l'occasion pour remercier tout le personnel de l'Université d'Ottawa pour le soutien, l'aide et tout l'encouragement que vous avez accordé à Francis tout au long de ces 5 dernières années. Merci.
Rest in peace, Francis. You'll be missed, but never forgotten. Our final honor is the OUA Most Valuable Player and U Sports Heck Crichton nominee. The 2021 OUA Most Valuable Player is Trey Ford of the Waterloo Warriors. Ford led the OUA while ranking 6th in the country with 1,465 passing yards, connecting on 118 completions and 10 touchdowns. He also ranked 3rd in the conference and 4th nationally in rushing yards with 629 on 59 carries, good for over 104 per game. Ford's on-field performance continued to exemplify the dual-threat quarterback moniker as he wraps up his career as the Warriors program leader in numerous career passing categories while also finishing among the school's top 5 performers in the ground game. The Niagara Falls product becomes a 2-time OUA MVP winner in addition to his Rookie of the Year selection in 2017 and 2 University of Waterloo Male Athlete of the Year honors in 2018 and 2019.
So first I'd like to thank the OUA and all the coaches for selecting me. I'd also like to thank the Waterloo Warrior coaches personally. I just want to thank them for giving me a great 5 years and for Bert on taking a chance at me for playing quarterback. I'd also like to thank all my family and supporters just for supporting me throughout the years, all the fans for coming to our games. I want to thank all the OUA players in general for just being a great competitive program. And I'd also like to thank my fiance too for pushing me and making me go practice sometimes when I don't want to. And I like to thank Tyrell too, just for pushing me, making me better every day competing at practice. And I want to thank a big shout out to the O-line for protecting me all season.
Congratulations, Trey. Whenever I think I might be able to still play high-level football, I put on his tape and realize he's a different beast. Now that we've seen and heard from Trey, let's look back on the best and the brightest from the regular season. I'd like to turn it over to the guys at Canadian Football Perspective, and if you're not following them on social, please do, because it's a must for all Canadian football fans. Guys, preview this weekend's finale, the 113th Yates Cup.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in, welcome back. Yates Cup preview. I'm so excited to say those three words. I couldn't ramble on any longer. I had to get it out. Yates Cup preview. Wade Zanketta, Connor O'Neill, and there's a ton of extra excitement in our voices today because it's Cup season, and we are going to be at the Yates Cup in Kingston, Ontario, at Richardson Stadium. The Queens Gales hosting the Western Mustangs for the Yates Cup, a storyline that we have seen before.
It's kind of surreal. I mean, the two of us grew up around Kingston, and the last Yates Cup we were physically at had Queens and Western and was staged at Richardson. Might have been 2009, but nonetheless, there is an OUA banner on the line this weekend in Kingston. And let's start with the visiting team, Western. They have been carried this year by their insane running game. And when I say insane, I'm talking about like 150 plus yards on the ground every single week, multiple touchdowns, regardless of who they're playing. And it's carried by two guys in particular, Keon Edwards and Trey Humes.
Keon Edwards, the leader in the nation, not just the OUA, in the nation in yards and yards per game. Not to mention that both of these backs, Trey Humes and Keon Edwards, are in the top 5 in touchdowns in the nation as well. So to say these guys are efficient would be an outrageous understatement. These guys are the foundation of this Western Mustangs team this year. And Evan Hillock, you've mentioned it. He's added another level to this Mustangs offense where now in the start of the season, they were having a bit of ups and downs with their passing game. But now as the season's progressed, Hillock has been hitting at an incredible pace, and he's been playing very efficiently for Western's offense.
And he finished last week with 173 yards through the air. His favorite target, Savon Magne-Jones. He has been up there in receiving this year. It's kind of a similar game plan where they're pounding the run game, and all of a sudden, Savon Magne-Jones over the top. It's such a good way to keep the defense honest, and Savon Magne-Jones is a great guy to do that with.
Yeah, he adds this kind of deep threat over the middle thing that they're able to do when you hammer the run game for so long. All of a sudden, it's kind of, hey, we're going to lean in, kind of pull this one out, and look, Savon Magne-Jones is wide open down the seam because you're playing the run so hard. And that's what you have to do against Western. Like teams that get burned on these kind of Western PAs, it's not because they're out of position. It's just that they're so focused on the run because Western's so run heavy that when they do pull the ball and they hit Magne-Jones downfield, it's usually a home run or a big gainer.
And let's talk about the defense for Western, because Deontay Knight has kicked it up a notch in the last couple weeks. He finished with 2 sacks, 3.5 TFLs. He is all over the backfield the last couple weeks, and it is paying off because this Western secondary as well, they do not give you a lot of time or room to breathe in, and they make you pay.
Yeah, they do. So the pressure that Western's able to create with guys like Knight up front, because they are so pressure heavy, it allows that back end to just play free. And having a guy like Rory Kelly on your back end manning the middle, it allows your outside defenders to play that much more free because they know that they have a veteran coverage presence over top of them that is going to make the play if needed.
And let's move to the home team, Queens, the Gales. First time in the big game since that 2009 game we talked about, and they're at home. The home crowd will be there. Hopefully it's a sellout at Richardson, but they've been carried by one man wearing the number 1 all season long, Rashid Tucker. He had 200 total yards, 2 touchdowns in that playoff game against Ottawa last week. And we're going to look for him and Queens to run the rock if they have a chance at taking home the Yates Cup.
Yeah, and if they are going to take home the Yates Cup, it will run through Rashid Tucker. He is the heartbeat of that offense. But let's not leave out James Keenan. We know what Rashid Tucker does. We know what Rashid Tucker is. He is the second leading rusher in the nation behind Keon Edwards. But James Keenan has been stellar for Queens this season. I mean, when you look at his box scores and his stats, they're not eye-popping. They're not jumping off the page to you. He's kind of in the middle of the pack when you look at quarterbacks in the nation. Like he's on that 15, 16, 17 spot. But what he does and what he does for the Queens offense is what's really impressive. When you clip that tape on, when you see what he's able to do, the presence he brings behind the pocket, he is very mobile back there. He gets out of the pocket when he's in trouble, and he's still able to create plays and use his arm to push that ball downfield. And he's effective with his arm. He doesn't do too much. He doesn't try to do too much. When he's asked to throw, he usually finds the open man. And last week, he hit a rookie wide receiver, Josh McLeod, for 2 touchdowns and 93 yards. What more do you need out of your starting quarterback when you have the type of run game that they're able to play with?
And when you look at the defense as well for Queens, I mean, it's kind of the same situation that you get from Western, but there's not as many big names. We have Anthony Federico and Thompson McCallum, and then you have a young rookie in Keegan Vanek. But all these guys contribute so much to their defense that they're able to suffocate people behind Coach Beckmanis and his multiple schemes. And when you get that combination, you get 2 teams matching up in the Yates Cup because it's a winning formula. And we will see how both of these teams fare next Saturday.
Yeah, we certainly will. That game, like we said, is going to be played in Kingston at Richardson Stadium. But if you can't be there, which is very unfortunate because I know it's going to be a great game. If you can't be there, you can absolutely check that one out on OUA.tv. All of the OUA games are on there, not just football. You can check out soccer, basketball, field hockey, volleyball is in full swing right now as well. A ton of OUA athletics on OUA.tv. You can check out your favorite team, your favorite sport, whatever you're into, it's on there.
And for Connor and I, at Connor R. O'Neill, at Wade Zank, at CF Perspective. Stay tuned because we're not quite done yet, OUA football fans. Let's get on to the Yates Cup.
Thanks, all. That concludes today's festivities. I won't try to follow them because I really can't. Remember that the 113th Yates Cup between the Western Mustangs and the Queens Gales takes place Saturday at 1 p.m. and it will be live on CHCH and streaming on CBCSports.ca, CBC Gem, and OUA TV. Thanks for tuning in to this. We'll see you in Kingston for the 113th Yates Cup. Don't miss it.